I bought these 18 Xbox Ones to see if I can fix them and if I can make money. Let's get started. I bought these 18 Xbox Ones to see if I can fix them and if I can make money. Let's get started. Now the total buy cost on all 18 of these units is $1,102.50, and as I said, there's 18 of them, which works out to $61.25 per unit. I bought 16 Xbox One S's and 2 Xbox One X consoles. So how we're gonna do this is we're just gonna diagnose them one by one, and then we'll get all the repairs done after we figure out what's wrong with them. We're gonna start with these 5 right here. So let's take this one first and figure out what's wrong. You know you got them when you hear the click. After we get all those tabs, we need to rotate it to the front and then get the tabs down for the front case. And there we go. Got the bottom cover off. Now we just take all these screws out, then we can take the guts out of the top case. For time's sake, I won't show you removing all these screws. All of these are T10s with the exception of these 4, which are T8. Now with the screws out, we can pull the top case away from the rest of the console. Just like that. Then we'll remove this board and this board, also using T8. Now we just take the top cover off and start pulling out the guts. We go with the hard drive first. Well, this would be the first problem. The power supply is completely disconnected. So the first thing I'm going to do is just plug that back in. And then we'll plug it in again and see if it works. I do want to put this hard drive back in. It will turn on without the hard drive, but might as well just put it in since we have it here. We need to put the power board back on so we have a power button. Now let's try it again. What do you think? Is it going to turn on? Whoa. I don't think I caught that on camera. Had a little bit of smoke come out right here. Yeah. So we got a problem in this power supply for sure, but is it a problem in the power supply or is it a problem on the motherboard which is causing the power supply to short out? That's the question. So then do I dare plug my known good power supply in and take the risk of it burning out that power supply as well? Let's just look at the motherboard first. Maybe there's something obvious on the motherboard that will tell us whether there's a problem there or not. Actually, I'm looking at this down here. Look at that. That sure looks like there could be a problem there. Let's get this motherboard all the way out and have a look under it. Okay, now I have the motherboard out. I'll get you guys a close-up look and let's see if we can figure out what's going on with the motherboard. So right here is where it looks kind of like burned in black. I think you can see that on there. Also, I need to get this fan off so we can look at all the power rail MOSFETs and check those out. Anytime I show this part of me taking the clamp off, I always get all these comments, "Steve, you're doing it wrong. You don't know what you're doing. You're a moron." But you know, I don't really care. Got to do what works for you. This is what works for me right now, so that's what I'm doing. Just wait, you read the comments after you watch this video. You'll see what I mean. Okay, now what do you think? Is there going to be burned out components under here? Let's check. And I see nothing obvious. So these guys burn out a lot. Right here. These are MOSFETs. And I don't see anything obvious from here. And I also don't see anything obvious here. I think we need to focus right here for a second. So it looks like we got a problem here. I'll show you why I think that. So all of this black right here is, yeah, look at this black. I feel like that's coming from the layers down in here. See how black that is? So I think the problem is right here and not in the power supply, which would be why this power supply was disconnected. So I'm guessing we must have some sort of short right here. It's a very odd problem. I also need to get my meter out so I can meter this and see if there's pins here that are shorted out or what exactly is going on here. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so we've got a direct short on this board right from the power rail. So we know power is shorting directly to ground, and I'm not sure how this has anything to do with it. I feel like maybe there's layers that shorted out here, but it seems unlikely that they're going to put a layer with full power to a layer of ground. So I don't really know for sure on this. So I have all the masking cleaned off. I'm just going to pull up on this layer on the top. I mean, it's clearly the power layer. There's definitely, all under here, it's just black. So there's definitely a problem there. But, if we have to, we can just take this whole part of the layer off. If I think that'll fix it, then I'll do that. Let's peel back a little bit more of this. Look at how blackened that is. So I've just been peeling back this layer more and more, this top layer. You can see that there's another layer here, possibly another layer down here. I need to peel this part back more to see if I can get to this black, until this black stuff is all gone, because there's obviously a problem right in here where all the burned marks are. So if I can get down to the bottom of that, I might be able to figure out where the short is coming from. So we've got a lot of burn marks even under this second layer here, so I'm gonna clean that out and peel away more of this top layer so we can get down to it. As long as I have a good circuit trace from here over here, then I don't really care if I take a bunch of this part out, because we've got to get down to the source of this burning, or else we're not going to be able to figure this out, I don't think. I think there must be some sort of defect down in here that we have to get to. Let's get this under a microscope so we can really see what's going on. All of the layers that had burn marks on them, and got that all cleaned up, made sure none of the layers were touching each other. Then I put on this green solder mask. Now let's see if we got it all and if the short is gone. Okay, I have one probe on ground. These are the ground pins. These are the power pins. Great news, there's no shorts on the power pins. Okay, this is great news. So it looks like that short is gone. So now with that short gone, let's plug the power supply in and see if it still works. It may be too damaged, I don't know, but let's plug it in and see if it works, and then we'll see if it works on the TV as well. Also, interesting note, I think the reason that was damaged is because this pin right here on the power supply goes right through that hole, and if it's misaligned and you screw it down with the screw that goes in here, or screw it down with the screw that goes in here, it could smash those layers together enough to possibly cause exactly the problem we had. So it could have just been a matter of somebody reinstalling the power supply incorrectly. And helicopter. It's always handy when you're filming. Okay, and now it's time for the moment of truth. I'm gonna plug this in. Hopefully nothing shorts out. Hopefully nothing smells burned. Whoa! Okay. Definitely have a problem on the power supply there. Actually, now that I look at it, it might not be this power supply. Let me get you guys zoomed in on this. If you look right here, you can see more burning, more shorted spots. And I know I had that completely clean before. I thought that the damage was from someone pushing down on the power supply and creating a short right here, but it seems like maybe there's something else going on between the layers through here. Let's see if that short's back now too. Yep. So I thought it was fixed. Unfortunately, there's still some sort of short in that layer. I would have thought that it would have shown a short when I was testing it before I plugged the power supply in. So there must be some more of a short somewhere in one of those layers. I guess the only thing we can do is just dig it out further and see what we find. Okay, so I dug out a whole bunch more around here, make sure there was nothing touching that shouldn't be. I think I've got it dug out enough so there's no shorts. I don't see any shorts on our power connector. This is the ground plane, so that should have continuity. And this shows open loop there on all of those, which is good. But what we're gonna do is plug this in. I'm gonna leave this part open, so if it does anything cool, we can at least watch it. And let's see what happens. We got our power supply plugged in here. This is the area we're gonna wanna watch. Hopefully it'll work, but if not, hopefully it'll do something really cool. Let's see what happens. Nothing happens. Okay, good. Wow. And we got a white light. This might be fixed. I'm not totally sure what was going on the first time, but I think we might actually have this one fixed now. We're gonna put our solder mask back on, make sure everything looks good there, and then we'll put this all back together and see if it works or if it needs anything else. Any of you who are wondering, this is the perfect amount of thermal paste. So anytime you see something in the comments saying that's too much or that's too little, that is the exact correct amount of thermal paste that you need. Now we've got it back together enough to test the entire console. Let's make sure it shows up on the screen and the disk drive works. Okay, in the moment of truth, do you think it's gonna work? Nothing shorting out so far, no funny smells. Let's see if it comes up here though. Oh, this is good news. Hey, we've got a disc in here. Rainbow 6. So we'll just put this back in and see if it works. Yep, it's got all the normal noises, so that disc clearly works. Here we go. Now there is a few more things that I'll test off camera, like making sure the Wi-Fi works, making sure it's updated, and then I will factory reset it before I put it up for sale. So 1 down, 17 more to go. Now we have console number 2. The one that's got some rattling going on. This one has partial power, so let's get it taken apart and see what it looks like on the inside. Now that we have the motherboard fully out, I'm going to be inspecting it for any sort of liquid damage or burning or anything on the board to see if I can figure out what's going on. Honestly, a lot of times these ones that turn on partially and turn right back off, a lot of times they're not fixable because a lot of times it can be this south bridge right here or the main APU. And many times the solder joints under here can go bad, or the chips themselves can go bad. I personally don't do reballs. I don't think it's a good way to repair them, as many times they still don't work after you take all the time to reball them. So I'm going to be taking a look at the motherboard to see if I can see anything that looks like it might be causing this problem. So I'm going to check and see if there's any shorts to the power rail, from the power rail to ground. And there is not. So these are the power pins and these are the ground pins. I'm also going to check these chips right here to see if there's any shorts on those. No, no, no. So all of these chips in this area and capacitors seem to be working normally. With this particular board, I'm guessing it's probably either a problem with this main APU or the south bridge. I'm thinking maybe I'll replace this just to see if that might happen to fix it. I don't think it will. I can also try it with a different power supply just to rule out the power supply. So I'm going to do that now, and we'll just see if that happens to fix it. I don't think it will. This is one of the big problems with Xbox One S's, the powering on and then off problem. And since so many times it's caused by the main large chips, many times, unfortunately, there's just not a really good way to fix them. But let's try what we can and see if we might happen to get lucky on this one.
Raise a toast to crunchy, toasty, Ritz toasted chips.
With SpotMe, I can overdraft up to $200 fee-free.
Install the
Now we have this chip replaced. Let's see if we get lucky and it will work now. And let's try it. What do you think? Is it going to work? I don't think it's going to. Nope. Okay, let's try it with a known good power supply and see if that happens to work. Now do you think it's going to work? I still am pretty skeptical. Nope. Still just nothing. We do have at least the light will come on now. So unfortunately, without a schematic, there's just really nothing else I can test on this that I know of. If you know of something that might work, let me know in the comment section. And if I still have this, then I might be able to try that on camera. But for now, let's move on from number 2 and go to number 3. So number 3 is actually a partial power. It's actually pretty much exactly the same as number 2. So I'm actually gonna move on to number 4. We're gonna save this one till a little bit later, see what ideas you guys give me, and see if any of those will fix it. So for number 4, it's stuck on the update screen. It does seem to turn on normally and work normally other than that, so let's see if we can get that one figured out. Okay, so this is the problem we're having. I'm guessing that at least part of it is because it's not connected to the internet, so let's try that first and see if it, hopefully maybe this one will just need an update. That would be awesome. The fan noise is definitely annoying. It seems like the fan blades may be hitting the heatsink or something. I'm not totally sure, but we gotta figure that one out. Okay, now it's gonna check for updates. Let's see what happens. So I'm gonna skip past all the updating and we'll let you guys know how it went after it's done. We're about halfway through verifying. Once it gets to applying, that's the critical part. If it applies it, then we're good. If it doesn't, then we probably have a hard drive problem. But let's keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully all this one needs is an update. Okay, so far the applying is going fine. We're at 8%. While it finishes applying, let's put a disk in the disk drive and see if it plays normally. And it does sound like it plays normally. So, on this one, it's looking really good so far. Just hopefully it'll finish applying that update, and we'll need to figure out this fan, and hopefully this will be the second fix out of the lot. 99%. Yes. Yes. This is good. I think we have this one fixed. Okay, everything looks good on this one. I'll go through and set up my account and everything off camera to make sure it all works, and I'll update you guys if there's any problems. But next, let's see if we can take care of this fan problem. So, here's the thing with the fan. Listen carefully. You hear that? Anytime I press on this just a little bit, you can hear that it changes it. Actually, now that I look in there, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. There's like a little black thing right down in there. Let me see if I can get that on camera. There we go. If you look right there, there's a little black piece down there. I wonder if that's causing the noise or if it's a piece that broke off of this or something. I'm gonna turn this off, we'll get that black piece out, and then we'll try it again. Okay, this is like a piece of this foam stuff right here, it looks like. What do you think? Do you think that fixed it? Let's try it. Oh yeah, that was totally the problem. Well, that part was easy. So I'm gonna call this one fixed. If I find any problems while I'm setting it up and stuff like that, then I'll let you know for sure. But I think number 4 is officially fixed. Let's take a look at number 5. And here we have number 5. It's got no power. It looks like it's missing parts. Let's see what all it's missing. I've already taken the bottom cover off. So here we go. And the bad news is that it's missing the disk drive. Unfortunately, with the Xbox One S, the disk drive is married to the motherboard, so if you don't have the original disk drive, there's nothing you can do. You can't put another disk drive in. There's no way to remarry, at least that I'm capable of. So unfortunately, number 5 is gonna just be a parts console. The good news about that is it does have a power supply, it's got a hard drive, and then we do have a motherboard that we can take parts off of. So it's not a total loss. We do have parts now, but it definitely won't be something we can fix. Let's take a look at number 6. Let's see how many parts are missing. Okay, so we've got a missing power supply and a missing hard drive. Luckily, I know right where to find those parts. Okay, so I was able to steal these from the console we just looked at. Hopefully these work. Obviously I didn't test them, so we don't know. We'll find out just in a second here though. And the moment of truth, do you think it's gonna work? Come on, baby. Yeah, Definitely doesn't work. Oh. This hard drive definitely has a problem. Here, listen to this. Yeah, that's a bad noise. Let's try and put a new hard drive in and just see if that does anything else. Okay, known good hard drive is in. Let's try it again. Nope, same thing. Power's on, then power's off. Okay, well, we have another one, partial power. I'm gonna look at the motherboard on this a little bit, see if there's anything obvious, but unfortunately this may be another one. This would be number 3 that has the partial power that can be very difficult to trace down and sometimes impossible. If we had schematics on this, if Microsoft would release the schematics for other people to look at, then these would be a lot easier to fix, as we could just trace down where the power goes and the different pins it's supposed to be on, and it really wouldn't be that difficult. But unfortunately, they keep all that held tightly, and there's just no way to get that information. So unfortunately, many of these consoles that could be fixed can't be, because there's just no way to trace down the problem. Well, that's what I was afraid of. All of these components look really good. I don't see any problems there. So unfortunately, this one is gonna be another one that has a partial power that's just not fixable. Now, that's one thing I knew about going into this purchase of 18 Xbox Ones, is that they do have this problem. So my hope is just that we can fix enough to offset the ones that have this problem, and then we can use the parts from these and put them in the other ones that might have other problems. So I'm hoping that's gonna work out. The other thing is we do have 2 Xbox One X's, so if we can fix those, that will really recoup a lot of our cost. But it's gonna be hard to know for sure, as there's been 3 so far that I don't think are gonna be fixable. So when we add those 3 to the other one that doesn't have the disk drive, so it doesn't matter if we fix that one, it's still not gonna work because it has to have the disk drive. That means we've only fixed 2 out of 6 so far. Hopefully the next lot of 6 will go much better, and you can find out about that next Friday in my next video.
There is absolutely nothing going on with me romantically.
Great.
We've got one iPhone 13 Pro Max, 128GB with a broken screen and a very shattered back glass as well. It even got into down in this section. What's down there? I don't know what's down there. Something's down there, so hopefully there's not permanent damage there. And then I bought another iPhone 13 Pro Max, this one with a good back glass and good screen supposedly. Now this phone I think was iCloud locked. I bought these phones almost a year ago, so I don't totally remember all the details. I think this one was iCloud locked and this one just had shattered front and back glass. So I'm gonna try and take the board from this phone, put it into this phone, and see if it'll work. This video is sponsored by iFixit. More on them in a minute. So let's start with this phone. I have it nice and warm from having it on a heat mat. I'm gonna be using iFixit's new anti-clamp to try and open up this phone. There we go. And I'm just gonna turn this handle clockwise. See if we can get this thing to come apart. Oh, not yet. This screen is really broken, so it's gonna be pretty tough to get off. Okay, and let's see if it'll come off now. Might need to heat it up some more. Nope, okay. We're gonna put some more heat on this. You can see how broken this screen is if we can get, yeah, there we go. So it's got a lot of cracks in it, so we're gonna need probably quite a bit of heat to loosen this adhesive up enough to get this screen off. All right, and twisting this in. So we've got a little bit of an in now right along here. I'm gonna get a triangle in there. Twist this a little more. I can hear the glue separating a little bit. So I'm just giving a little bit of a turn and then waiting a second. Give that time for the glue to separate more. Okay, and that's about as far as we can go with that part of it. So now I'm gonna come and use this other suction cup, just like this, and see if I can get enough pressure on it to pull the screen up at all. It's really hard with the cracks in the screen. You can get some packaging tape and use that to put over it, and sometimes that'll help. Yeah, we're getting it slowly. I'm gonna use more triangles down here. There we go, it's coming. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna do on this side. If I remember right, the ribbon cables connect over here, so next we're gonna start working over on this side, try and get it to loosen over here as well. Let's start by coming down here to the bottom, see if we can get anything. Oh yeah, there we go, it's coming up a bit. Okay, we're gonna heat the screen some more, then try working around the edge some more. And I'm actually gonna take this one out for now. This side is staying up a little bit, so I'm not as worried about that. I'm just gonna keep working around this edge right here. Okay, and we're going through the adhesive pretty good now. Okay, up to the corner, but need more heat. Okay, got around the corner. And do we have it? Feels like I maybe need to lift up over here a little bit more. Almost there though. Oh, here we go. We're getting it. Okay, I think we got it. So now we should be able to kind of open this like a book. Okay, and there we go. The board we need to remove is right here. Looking at the damage down here. Hopefully I don't need any of this stuff. There's some damage there though. So actually I'm gonna leave this as is. Let's get the phone with the good screen and see if we can remove the good screen without breaking it. If I do break this good screen, then this video is over until I can get another screen. So I'm gonna remove the 2 screws out of the bottom, then we'll be able to get started. Okay, we've got that suction cup in here and getting this adhesive all separated. That's slicing off pretty good. I heated this up pretty good before I started, so I think that's really helping on this one. I don't think I've broken the screen yet, at least. There's like a metal burr right there that is making it kind of hard to go over with my pick. There we go, I think we got it. Okay, I need to be careful up here. Oh, that's actually coming apart pretty good. I don't want to break this top though. Oh, I think maybe I got it. That's amazing. Okay, there we go. So now I need to disconnect the screen from this phone so I can get this board replaced with the board from the other phone. Whew, okay. Now that we have one of the harder parts done, at least I don't think we broke this screen, we can move back to the phone that we're gonna harvest the board from. Now I think we also have to harvest this front-facing camera because I believe that is matched to the board. Could be wrong on that. I am not an iPhone expert, so I don't know for sure about that, but I think that's what we need to do. And since we have it here and it's already opened up, there's no reason to not just do that. So now the fun part of getting this all apart so we can get down to the board and the front-facing camera. For the phone with the broken front and back glass, I paid $449. For the one that I think is iCloud locked, I paid $350. That brings us to a total of $800. Back in June and July when I bought these phones, that was a pretty decent price as a good used phone was selling for around $900 to $1,000 or sometimes a little bit more. Now I'm not saying this is a great way for the average person to upgrade their phone, but here at Tronics Fix, sometimes I like to make the bad decisions for you for your entertainment. Okay, now with those shields off, it's a matter of disconnecting all of these little ribbon cables. Is that the battery connector? This might be the battery connector. I want to do that first. So I want to disconnect that first. Even though I did remove these two, I should have disconnected the battery cable first. When you're going to plug in a ribbon cable, you can cross 2 of the connectors or 2 of the pins, and that can cause things to short out. So it's always best to just remove the ribbon cable for the battery first. And I'm using my fingernail. There probably are better ways to do it, but this works pretty well for me. It really lets me feel the pressure I'm putting on these, so that's why I like to do that. But again, I am not an iPhone technician. Now we can remove the screen fully. That's nice, so we can kind of see what we're doing here a little bit better. Okay, and that is the camera module, it looks like. So I do need to remove this screw and probably this screw to remove this piece right here, and then I can get to that camera. So now to get this board out, I know we have one standoff screw right here, which the iFixit ProTech toolkit conveniently has a bit for, because these things are annoying to get out without a bit. So there's that one out. Is it loose in? Oh, it kind of is loose. Is that the only screw holding this thing in? There's got to be more. Okay, it feels like over here maybe we needed to remove that one as well. So we've got another standoff screw over here. Let's get that one off. Okay. Now let's see how loose it is. Okay, that's feeling good. I feel like maybe... Oh, here we go. By the way, there is another, I believe this is also a battery connector over here, so I should remove that as well. I didn't realize that that was a battery connector though. Okay, so we've almost got the board out. I think it's kind of just stuck right there. Oh, these are ribbon cables right here. Okay, well, need to disconnect those. So many tiny ribbon cables on this thing. Now, are we good? Oh, there, maybe, sort of. And of course there's a ribbon cable on the bottom. Oh man. Okay. So we've got a ribbon cable right down there. Really hard to see. With like a piece of tape on it? Maybe? I'm not sure. I don't want to just dig around in here, but... So let's take this cover off and have a look under here. Now this top plate removed, we can remove like this whole camera module right here. Okay, so that one ribbon cable that's still connected is this one that goes all the way over here and all the way down here somewhere. So I looked up several teardowns and none of the teardowns I saw even had this connector on here. It was just this piece of tape thing. I peeled it back a little bit and it looked like this was a ribbon cable that's kind of like taped onto the board, and I'm not completely sure what it is. So what I'm going to do is remove this ribbon cable along with this board, and then hopefully we can kind of get a better look at it. I think I'm going to have to remove this battery to do it, but I think it's worth it. I don't just want to tear it off the board because I'm not sure how it reattaches or if it will reattach. So now it's time to get the battery out. Apparently. In order to remove the battery, we need to get to the pull tabs, which are down here. So we need to remove the Taptic engine and this, I believe this is the speaker. So that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, and with those removed, we can now get to the pull tabs on this bottom part of the battery. Okay, so now we're going to take this pull tab and start twisting with our tweezers and then just kind of pulling as we go.
Let's eat, y'all, y'all. Let's eat, y'all, y'all. Let's see if you can keep up with the beat, y'all.
There we go. All right, and we got one without breaking it. Now I need to do that to this one, and then I believe there's 2 more up here. And there's 2. Actually, I'm just gonna pry the battery up like this, very carefully. Okay, and there we go. Oh, we had one that went across the top. Okay. Okay, and now with the battery removed, we can get a better look at this ribbon cable and see what we need to do to remove it from the phone. So it goes all along here, all the way down here, and goes under here. Okay. So we need to move this black piece of tape right here. Holy cow, that thing's long.
That's what she said.
Then I need to remove these 3 screws to get these little cover plates out of there. Okay, and here it is. All right, and I think, there we go, logic board removed. So after looking online, this is the 5G antenna for the iPhone, and this is the connector that connects to the phone. It's not actually a connector. Right under here is a bunch of little solder balls that you can't really see. But instead of actually making like some sort of connector right here, this ribbon cable is attached directly to the board with little solder balls. So what I'm gonna do to fix this is bring my soldering iron over and heat up the backside of this connector, and that will remelt the solder and reconnect that. So when I go to install this board into the phone with the good screens, I'm gonna have to remove all of these pieces just to get down to this antenna so I can replace it. So here we are under the microscope, and you can see those little tiny solder points right there. So those are the points we're trying to fix. So I'm just gonna push this down, and we'll bring the soldering iron over and resolder that area. Okay, now we should be all fixed up and ready to go. So the other thing I was reading about is Face ID works just fine when you replace a screen in these iPhones, as long as it's running iOS 15.2. I also think that means if it's not and you update it to it, then it'll work fine. I don't know for sure, but I think that's how it works. So now with this board removed from this phone, we need to remove the board from the other phone and then install this board into that phone. So you've seen me using a whole bunch of iFixit tools for this repair today, and I love their tools. They're some of the best precision tools out there. But iFixit also offers parts for most electronic devices. Specifically for this iPhone 13 Pro Max, you can get everything from the charging cable, battery, a new screen, power adapter, aftermarket rear glass, the SIM card tray, screen protectors, display assembly adhesive, case buttons, battery adhesive, the LiDAR sensor, the front sensor assembly, and even the earpiece speaker. iFixit not only offers quality tools that have a lifetime warranty, they also offer quality parts that have a great warranty. So if you get a part that comes in and it doesn't work, you just contact them and they'll make it right for you right away. iFixit also offers repair guides and a question and answer form for any questions you might have about the device you're working on. So if you're looking for any help for your DIY repair, especially with any parts or tools, I highly recommend iFixit, and I'll put a link to them right in the description so you can check them out for yourself. Okay, got it. Out with that one, in with this one. Now we've got to get all these ribbon cables back on here correctly, but first we need to make sure this cable and this bracket are all installed correctly. I've got it connected right here, so now we need to install the bracket. And done. And I was able to get this adhesive strip installed here as well. Just couldn't really show it on camera because you'd just be looking mostly at my head like that. Now we can try and get all these little ribbon cables pressed back on correctly. I am going to get these standoff screws installed first, just because that will help the motherboard keep from sliding around while we're doing these little ribbon cables and stuff. So these little guys can be quite difficult. On other phones that I've worked on, I try and kind of line it up, just kind of feel it out with my finger as I'm getting it lined up, and then you can kind of feel when it engages with the grooves, and then I just push down. And that seems to usually work pretty well. I can say that I definitely don't want to mess these up, because that would mean I would have to replace the connector. And honestly, I'm not sure that I'm skilled enough to do that at this point. These things are so tiny. But they are all going on there pretty easily so far. There's almost always like a little click once you get it. So if you don't hear the click, then it's probably not on there correctly. One of the reasons I'm doing this first before putting the battery in is partially because I want to make sure and not cause any problems by accidentally connecting the battery before I get these in here. And that one I need to do after this one. But also because it's one of my least favorite parts, so I'm just getting that done sooner. I'm missing this connector, which means it's probably up under the board, which means I have to undo all of that to get that connector out of there. Ah, bummer. Nope, that's just for the display, so we're good. So now I just gotta keep going, try and get the rest of these all on here correctly. Whew. Okay, there we go.
As owner of Mint Mobile, I wanted to introduce our new family plan with a beloved member of my family, my sister-in-law, Robin Lively.
Aw, thanks, Ryan.
And unlike
Engine and speaker. First, we need to make sure that it is connected by this little tiny connector down here. There we go. Push down until you hear a click, and we got it. Now we need to finish these ribbon cables up here, and then we can get the screen on. So before I was thinking this was a battery connector, it clearly is not. There is only one battery connector on these. As I said at the beginning of the video, I am not an iPhone technician. I have repaired some iPhones before, but not a lot. So this is sort of all new to me, and I've never taken apart iPhone 13 Pro Max or any other iPhone 13. So, okay, now I think I'm ready for the screen. Now, one thing about putting the screens on is I have not replaced this adhesive right here. iFixit does sell the adhesive, and I definitely recommend that if you're trying to do a repair like this, just because that will make it more likely to be better waterproofed like it was originally. The way I'm doing it, it is not as waterproof. So I think it'll work decently though, because I will heat this all up before I'm done. Did that go on? I feel like it's not on there. I didn't hear a click, but it did go on. Anyway, so that heat will help with that adhesive to stick and create a better seal. Okay, got that one on there for sure. I felt the click. And with those all on, we can connect the battery. Hopefully nothing explodes. And nothing's exploding, good. Okay, now I'm not going to put the screen all the way down yet. I wanna make sure that it at least plugs in and charges and there's no problems with this display. So let's get it plugged in, see if it takes any charge. Okay, it immediately does start taking a charge, 0.26 amps. Yeah, there we go, we got something on the screen. Okay, so I just gotta let this battery get charged up and then we can turn the phone on and see what it does. Okay, we got a little bit of charge in this phone. And look at that, that looks great. I don't see any problems on the screen. So the next thing I'm gonna do is get the screen put in, get my heat mat heated up so we can get the adhesive to stick nicely, and then we'll start it up and check it out and see if we get any weird messages because we've put a different logic board into this phone. Now I do wanna make sure it's turned off when I warm it up, because that will cause it to overheat, or say it's overheating if I leave it turned on. We'll leave it on here for a good 2-3 minutes. Just 2 screws left, and it's ready to go on the heat mat. We'll leave it on here for a good 2-3 minutes, and that should heat up that adhesive nicely and create a nice seal. Okay, it's all nice and warm. It's been here for several minutes. Once it cools back down, we can get it started up, get it all set up with my Apple ID, and see if there's anything wrong. And of course, as soon as I get it set up, important display message, unable to determine if your iPhone display is a genuine Apple part. Go to settings for more information. Clearly, I used a very genuine Apple part. You can't get any more genuine because I transferred it directly from another Apple iPhone. This is one of the reasons that Apple is known as anti-repair, because you can't even transfer a screen that came directly from another iPhone of the exact same model into a different iPhone without these types of messages coming up. Let's go to settings and see what it says. Oh, here we go too. Unable to determine if your iPhone camera is a genuine Apple part. So we've got an issue with your phone's ability to use Face ID. We've got unable to determine if your iPhone displays a genuine Apple part. And also unable to determine if your iPhone camera is a genuine Apple part. Oh, here we go. Unable to determine if your iPhone battery is a genuine Apple part. Clearly, all of these parts came directly from another phone of the exact same model, right from Apple. So unfortunately, Apple's just trying to make it so you can't repair your own iPhones. Let's go ahead and install iOS 16.3 and see if any of those go away. Your phone has been updated to 16.3. Face ID. Let's just go ahead and see if this is gonna set up right now. Face ID is not available. Set it up anytime in settings. Okay. Face ID error, iPhone display error, camera error, battery error, and that looks like all. So unfortunately, we've got all those errors still here. Luckily, this is just gonna be a phone I'm gonna be using around the studio, but I think these large manufacturers just have to do better. I should be able to replace the screen on my phone without any issues or errors. If you like this type of video, you'll probably like the video where I tried to fix 10 broken iPhones. I'll put that video up on your screen now so you can come hang out with me over there.
She got confidence. Ooh.
Hello, everybody.
Is it possible to get a Street Pass in 2023? With the 3DS being over 10 years old,
What happened to your phone, you said, sir?
What do you think happened? It's messed up pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't know. You have the story.
Well, I guess we'll leave it up to people to guess what happened. But can I also have the phone changed to the color red?
Yes, sir. Don't worry. I got you.
All right, thank you.
Time to leave. Surgery time. Your phone is ready, sir.
Wow, it looks like a brand new phone.
Sir.
Thank you.
Chi-Chi is my best friend. She forgets who I am.
What's up, guys? It's Verbal Ace Beatboxer from outer space, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to breathe when you beatbox. When I first beatbox, I used to breathe like this. So in other words, I wasn't breathing at all. So I figured out how to do some secret techniques to breathe while I beatbox. One of them is making a straw slurping sound. So you're sucking in air. Like a dart going into you. Another one is going, that's my Patrick sound. That's another way how to beatbox. Just so that's one quick tip on how I breathe when I do my crazy beatboxing sounds. Make sure you guys click the like button, subscribe to the channel for more crazy videos and short tutorials on how to beatbox from the one and only Verbal Ace Beatboxer from outer space.
Yo, yo.
Find licensed pharmacists who are continuously trained to give the care you deserve. A world of care is
Vision rules a nation around the world. Television rules a nation around the world. Television rules a nation around the world. Television rules a nation around the world. Around the world. Television Bureau. I'm blue, I'm die, 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 I'm I got this feeling it's funny. I want it. It knows that electric baby and I'm turning on it. All through my spirit, all through my home. We flying up those feelings in our zone. Come on now. No, 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 come on, right back. Right back. Right back. Right back. Right, yeah. Right back. Right back. Right back. Right back. Right, yeah.
Playing games people say are fake, part 3. This is time for
Whoa, 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 I'm just a bachelor, deal the big deal. I'm looking for a partner, deal the big deal. Someone who knows how to ride the big deal without even falling on the big deal. You gotta be compatible, deal the big deal, and take me to my limits, deal the big deal. Girl, when I bring you out, deal the big deal, I promise that you won't want again. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money. Make you wanna be. I can't even buy you flowers. We can be the perfect soulmate. Talk to me, girl. Monday, Tuesday, to the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday to the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to the Sunday, Monday to the Monday, Tuesday to the Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Saturday, Monday, Monday to the Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Monday to the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday to the Sunday, Monday to the Gonna do this every boy let's dance. Put upon your bread shoes and dance the blues. Boy, let's dance to the song that's playing on the brand of your let's swing. Colors lock right up your face. Boy, let's swing. Sway through the crowd to an empty space. Dance down that dome, down that dome. Let's dance down that dome, down that dome. Let's dance that dome, down that dome. Let's dance that dome, down that dome. Let's let's dance. I'm ready. Here we go. That's right. might like to move it, move it. You like to move it, move it. You might like to move it, move it. You like to move it. Take it down there.
Make some noise if you guys feeling good. Come on. With the beatbox, check it. Bring it down. Move it. Move it, yeah. Move it. Move it, yeah. Move it.
Let me show you how I break it down. I'ma break it down with a beat goes down. Let me show you how I get down. Yeah. Yo, let me show you how I break it down. I'ma break it down with a beat goes down. Let me show you how I get down. Whoa. Take it down now. Hey, girl, let me show you how I break it down. I'ma break it down with a beatbox sound. Let me show you how I get down, yeah. Yo, the music makes me feel so good. I wanna bounce to the beat that I wish they would. Play this on the radio and let it fall. Thank you. Yo, can I feel the beat when I break it down? Thank you. And take the beat all around. It's better when I put a little spin with a beatbox in. Let me show you how I break it down. I'ma break it down with a beatbox sound. Let me show you how I get down. Yeah. you how I break it down. I'ma break it down with a beatbox sound. Let me show you how I get down, yeah. No, let me show you how I break it down. I'ma break it down with a beatbox sound. Let me show you how I get down, yeah. Go, let me show you how I break it down. I'ma break it down with a beatbox sound. Let me show you how I get down. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, don't let this guy on the train because he's not letting the customers off the train before boarding.
Wait, you talking to me specifically?
Yes, I am.
Or we can get the other voice.
There is an Uptown Express train approaching the station. Please stand away from the platform edge.
But if he was really mad?
I said get the hell away from the platform edge.
All right, dang, man. My favorite voice to imitate is the guy that doesn't care. The guy that doesn't care, he's on the subway. You hear him on the weekends. Anytime there's train construction, he's like,
Ladies and gentlemen, because we got a situation going on the train, all the trains aren't running for the rest of the year. As an alternative, take the sidewalk.
Is that even a real message?
It is now.
All right. Anyway, I'm Verbal Ace, beatboxer from outer space. They do all kinds of crazy sound effects and voice impressions. Yes, you heard the voice impressions. Here's the sound effects. I'm gonna put a little echo on, so it sounds a little more real when I do this. It's not a microphone trick, yes, that's me. Yeah, I gotta get that fixed. Watch out for the most, oh my god, I didn't do this sound all day. I usually get lightheaded, let's see what happens. The most annoying sound in the world, no matter what time of day it is this. I think I got it. Flies or mosquitoes, you can decide that sound. And this is gonna be a weird statement, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Never swallow a cell phone, or you might go like this. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, hear this. What is this? Ooh, that's my landlord. Let it go to voicemail, let it go to voicemail. Probably asking for the rent. Yes, all right. Anyways, what a coming from a lace beatboxer from outer space. I also do voice impressions, like I said before. If somebody ever calls you on your cell phone and you don't want to talk to them, I'll get my radio voice back again. I can get rid of them by picking up the phone and saying,
We're sorry, the person you are trying to reach is not available. Please hang up and don't try again. Message L16.
Don't try again? Yes. Or I can give them the other message.
At the subscriber's request, this phone is not accepting any incoming calls. Message L17. Are you still on the phone? Please hang up. We said we don't want to talk to you. Message L18.
You're still in the Twilight Zone. Yes, all these messages you don't want to hear. And if they still manage to get to your voicemail, this could be your voicemail to get rid of the person calling you. It'll say,
I'm sorry, we're not available to take your call. Please press 1 to leave a message. If you press 1 to leave a message, please press 2. If you press 2 because you press 1 to leave a message, please press 3. Come on. If you press 3 because you press 2 because you meant to press 1 in the first place, please press 4.
Okay, fine.
I'm sorry, 4 is not an option. Goodbye.
I don't ever call you again. That's why I come from Ace. My goal is to take every electronic voice you guys hear and basically make a spoof out of it by adding it to the mix or something like that, putting it to the music. For example, I want to be the voice of a GPS, but everybody would get annoyed with my GPS. It'll be like,
in 50 feet, make a right. You have missed your turn. Please turn around. Please turn around. Please turn around. Please turn around.
Even if you have to go to the bathroom and you stop at McDonald's or something, it's going to say that the whole time. You can't turn it off.
Please turn around. Please turn around. Please turn around. Please turn around.
Yes. And then by the time you get back in the car and he's still saying it, it'll be, I can't even talk. By the time you get back in the car and he's still saying it, it's like,
please turn around. Please turn around. Please turn around. Please turn around. Yeah.
The DJ GPS. If anybody comes up with that idea, I came up with it first. The DJ GPS. I don't know. Anyway, I'm Verbal Ace, beatboxer from outer space. I do all kinds of crazy sound effects and voice impressions. Here's another crazy thing. The FBI is looking for me. Don't tell them I'm down here. I think I can hear them overhead right now. Sorry, I got stuck. Helicopters. So they call me Rumble Ace, beatboxer from outer space. I do all kinds of crazy sound effects, voice impressions, and stuff like that. If you guys want to check me out on YouTube, please don't forget to grab a business card. All my videos are kid-friendly. Speaking of kid-friendly stuff, I'm going to bring back old school jam real quick. Let me just check my bass. Yes, all right. So I'm going to bring back an old school jam, but I'm not going to do it in my voice. I'm actually going to do it in the voices of these yellow characters. You might know them. They talk like this.
Banana boy, I am Crow. Get back to work.
Yeah, Minions. All right. So check this out. Wait a minute. Let me get my, wait. Yeah, all right. So check this out. Let me get my radio voice. If the Minions from the movie Despicable Me were to do some old school jams, they probably bring back some old school tracks that goes like this. Minion Beatbox, thank you guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna be doing something, my voice is gonna change into a girl again in the middle of this routine. I only have 2 routines like this. But anyway, it goes like this. Does anybody remember a song that goes like this? King Beatbox Day.
So we're gonna bring back some old school songs, which goes a little bit something like this. Check it out. The mini beatbox.
All right, I'm Purple Ace Beatboxing from outer space. Gonna bring back an old school jam. This is gonna be my own original, well, not original. This is gonna be a remix of an old school song. I totally remixed all the music and the background goes like this. In this song, I'm gonna be singing, beatboxing, and then I'm gonna change my voice into a girl voice, and then I'm gonna play the electric guitar on my nose. Crazy stuff. So what's this song about? I'll tell you right now. They say when two people have dreams about each other, you have a spiritual connection. This song is that connection. Check it out. I changed my voice.
Everyone was having fun, the kind of feeling
Beatbox song, and that's gonna be available to download for free. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Oh. Did you get that?
You guys like it? By Michael Jackson Dubstep. You can download this track for free online. Just go to SoundCloud and type in "For Release" by Michael Jackson Dubstep.
And that's my Michael Jackson dubstep beatbox. You guys can listen to that on headphones. It sounds amazing. Just the Michael Jackson dubstep beatbox thing. It's all that stuff. What game is this? What is it? Yes, wow, everybody got that. So here's a quick Tetris remix. It goes like this. A lot of bass coming up. Check it out. Yes, that's a Tetris remix. When was the last time you guys heard a track that goes like this? It goes.
Daylight come and they wanna go home. Daylight come and they wanna go home. You got a joint? No. Walk all night until the daylight comes. Come and they wanna go home. Work up till night until the morning comes sun. Come and we wanna go home. It's a day we go. Come and we wanna go home. It's a day, it's a day, it's a day. Come and we wanna go home. Hey, Mr. Darling, come, darling, we banana. Come and we wanna go home. Hey, Mr. Darling, come, darling, we banana. Come and we wanna go home. It's 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, bunch. Come and we wanna go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, bunch. Come and we wanna go home.
You guys remember that song? You guys know what movie that was in? What movie was that in? Yes, Beetlejuice. And they're actually planning on remaking Beetlejuice. Alright, I'm gonna show you one of my most craziest routines. I did this in Madison Square Garden, everybody went crazy. I'm actually going to play my neck and beatbox at the same time to the classic rock song Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. If you guys don't know Crazy Train, it's a song that goes like do 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 do. But I'm gonna do that on my neck and I'm gonna have a sound effect like this. Check 1, 2, yeah. Check 1, 2, yes, that's my voice. So check it out, Crazy Train on the neck at the same time, all live. Here we go. With the bass. We're going off the rails of a crazy train. Double voice. We're going off the rails of a crazy train. Check it out. My name is Verbal Blazing of a matter of space. Check it out. My name is Verbal Blazing of a matter of space. Bust the beat.
I'm Verbal Ace. Thank you guys so much. I'm also going to be selling my CDs. If you guys want to check me out on YouTube, I'll be handing them out.
If I ever were to take over a club, I'd probably go in the club and do some crazy stuff like this. Check it out.
Okay, check. Hello? Is that the right voice? I don't know, let me see. Push me, and then just touch me, so I can get my satisfaction. Wait a minute.
Push me, and then just touch me, ooh, so I can get my satisfaction.
Satisfaction in the nose. Ooh. Push me, and then just push me, so I can get my satisfaction. Push me, and then just touch me, so I can get my satisfaction.
Use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, get it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag it, drop it, zip and zip it, lock it, fill it, call it, find it, view it, code it, jump and lock it, serve it, scroll it, pose it, click it, cross it, drag it, switch, update it, name it, read it, tune it, print it, scan it, send it, fax, rename it, touch it, bring it, pay it, watch it, turn it, leave it, stop, format it.
Anybody remember that song?
Hey, well, that's very tiring.
Activating robot. What's wrong with this thing? Wait a minute. My remote's not working. Okay, we're gonna try this then. Yes. Now we're gonna reactivate this robot. dog named Angel. He's reactivated. He runs on Duracell batteries.
Gotta speed it up, baby. Gotta speed it up, speed it up. All right, speed it up. All right, come stay right now, ladies and gentlemen. Brother got mad skills. Adam Evans, beatbox, bring it on. Oh my God.
Yeah. Let's do this. Oh. Let me try that again. Oh. Well, I might as well go with it. I better see. Let's see what's on TV. Hi, kid. It's me, Krusty the Clown. Help! 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 Hey! Help! Okay, fine, please. Yeah, Squirtle.
Feed your taste for adventure.
Alright, I gotta get in a little something I saw last night on the Disney Channel. You ever watch the Disney Channel when you hear Goofy's laugh? It sounds like, right? So I was thinking, what if Goofy did that laugh to a beat? It'd probably sound like, you know, just something like that. But check it out. This is, I'm gonna do my Inspector Gadget beat, but I need you guys to help me on the woo woo part. So let me get something to explain that. When I go, you guys, I'll get you next time, guys. Let me scratch Inspector Gadget backwards. I'll get Earth back then. Yo, dude, I gotta smoke that joint, man. You wanna smoke it? Yeah. Here we go. Hey, what? About you do the beat and I sing. Okay, we can do that. Alright, ready? Yeah. Stop on a beat, don't bother me because it's a poppin' beat. Stop on a beat, don't bother me because it's a poppin' beat. Stop on a beat, don't bother me because it's a poppin' beat. Stop on a beat, don't bother me because it's a poppin' beat. Stop on a beat, don't bother me because it's a poppin' beat. Stop on a beat, don't bother me because it's a it's about to break that bass. When it makes you back in your face, gonna feel the rhythm all back to the place. Don't gotta stop on that because it's about to break that bass. When it makes you back in your face, gonna feel the rhythm all back to the place. When you put it in the back, you will blast in the beat to the blast in the bass. Gotta stop on that because it's about to break that bass. This is my track right here. It's all beatboxing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's eat, y'all, let's eat.
23.
Let's do this!
Las Vegas. Thanks, y'all. Everything's on you. My shirt. SpongeBob,
Monday, Tuesday to the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday to the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday to the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.